This is CS952 Introduction to Web Technologies and Design, and where we last left off, well, we modified the glyphicons that we were using on our home page, and now we're going to link these up and make these glyphicons do something. So back here in Dreamweaver, I'm going to click on my first glyphicon, which is my nice little camera. And to do this, I want to go to Split View, which is the view where we can see the live version of the website and see the code at the same time. Because remember, there's sometimes where creating links is a little bit different. We ran into this with our Font Awesome links. We created links a little bit differently, and glyphicons are basically like another version of Font Awesome. Glyphicons are built into Bootstrap. Font Awesome, we had to add in the additional code to make them work, but basically they're another example of scalable vector graphics. So let's click on our camera there. And I'm doing that because when I click on it, I can see here's the code that it's connected with. So to make this work, click on your camera, click on whatever it is you want to select, and then make sure in the status bar that you click on the element again, because in order to make this work, there we go. This is what we need to do. We need to have all this code highlighted in that solid blue. That means this is what you selected for editing. If we just click up here, it doesn't have that solid blue color to it, it's not going to work. But it's helpful because it puts us in the right place. So I click on the camera, click here in code view right where it says span class equals, and then with the status bar I've clicked on span. So I know that this is exact, or I could have just highlighted this from the get-go. We want to turn this into a link. So it's very similar to what we did with the Font Awesome icons. With that selected, we go under Insert and we choose HTML and we choose a hyperlink. Okay? And now we're going to hyperlink it to what? Well, this is going to be our gallery, right? So I'm going to choose Browse for File, and I'm going to say link it to our gallery page. Target, we're not going to change our target because we want to take them straight to the gallery page. We don't need to have this open up in a new page. And for the title, we'll just put in gallery. View the gallery page. Okay. And we'll say okay. Turn blue because now it's a link, but we know how to handle that. So let's scroll on down. Let's click on the history glyphicon, and again I can see that it's showing me what we just clicked on in the code, but I need to have this with that solid blue color. And about the only way that I know how to do that is click on what you want to edit in code view, and then in the status bar click on it so you get that nice solid blue color. Or again, if you knew this is what you wanted to edit, then you could drag over it, but just in case you don't know, click on what you want to edit, click on the item in the status bar, and you're good to go. We're going to go Insert, we're going to go HTML, we're going to say hyperlink, where is that? And we're going to link it to our history page. Let's click on history. We got that and say OK. And we're going to say view the history page. Okay. Again, it turns blue because now it's a link. And we got our media page, right? So click on that. I'm going to click in the status bar right there so I see everything's highlighted. I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to choose HTML. I'm going to choose hyperlink. And this time we're linking it to our media page. So click on media page and say OK. I'm going to say view the media page. And then we'll say OK. Alright, excellent. Let's preview this in the browser. Do you want to save changes? Yep. Okay, so we'll scroll down, and now if I click on the gallery button, it takes us to our gallery page. How about that? Pretty cool, huh? Let's go back to home. Scroll down, we want to look at our history page. Well, we don't have anything yet in the history page. Let's go back to the home page, and again, media takes us to the media page, but we haven't really filled that out yet. Alright, so let's work on styling, right? I think we could do a little bit better job of styling. I mean, what we have now, this would be completely fine. We actually don't really need to change anything else in terms of how it functions. But if you just wanted to experiment with some stuff with colors and whatnot, we could do that. We're switching between that's a small view and that's medium view. Remember, with medium view we have all three elements next to each other, then in small view they stack because that's what Bootstrap does. So let's just have a little bit of fun with styling. And I would like to change the color of my glyphicons. Right now, they're blue, but we could change them to be any color that we want. If we wanted the glyphicons to be, let's say we really wanted to make them stand out as being links, right? So I've got my glyphicon selected. This is my glyphicon, but really what we're doing here is we're styling the anchor more than anything else. So if I click on my anchor tag here, this is the rule we're going to be writing is for anchors, because those are what we use for links. So I'm going to say all sources, no, not all sources. I want to go to my styles.css. That's where we're saving all of our custom styles. Global, because it's going to apply to all different views. And we need to create a new selector. So the selector is, well, that's really not quite the selector we were looking for. What we want is anchors that are inside of icons 3, but really we're looking for anchors for our glyphicon. So we could type pound IC, okay, icons 3, that's a start. So what we want to do is target anchors that are inside of this icons 3, and the only anchors we have are just the buttons there. So this is going to be our rule. Anchors that are contained inside of an element that has an ID of icons 3. So let's say OK. And enter. Now we want to change the color, and because we can treat these like text, if I go to my text properties and go to my color, maybe how about this red color? Remember this red color? We got this from our color set. Now let me hit enter, and there we go. And now we've changed the color of our icons. It was that easy. And if we want to change the color when we hover over that icon, then we just create another selector. It's going to be basically the same selector. It's going to be #IC icons 3, and it's going to be an anchor, and then we type in a colon and we choose hover. And so this is going to be the color when you actually hover over it. So let me hit enter to create that new selector. And again, we're going to change the text color. What color do we want that to be? We could make it that green color, okay? So this is only going to be, this is a pseudo selector that will only take place when we're actually hovering over it. Let's hit F12 to preview. Yep, let's do that. Let's scroll on down. And now you can see we've got the nice colors here. And then when we hover over, it changes to that green color. Now remember, if we wanted this, right now it changes instantly. As soon as our cursor moves over it, different color. Let's put a little transition time in there. So we just go to our icons 3, and we're going to transition properties under the more category. We actually have to add that in. So let's click on more, and under property I'm going to type in TRANSI. There we go, transition. And for our value we're going to choose all, and then type in 1.5s. That might be too long. Let's see what happens. Let's preview this. I hit F12. Do you want to save the changes? That's 1.5 seconds. That's kind of a little bit slow. I think for something like this, we want it to go pretty quick. Let's just change that from to just 0.5 seconds. That's probably just fine, right? Let's hit enter. F12. Do you want to save the changes? Yep. Okay. Now when we put our, there we go. Same effect, but instead of just having it switch on and off, we just get that little half-second fade in and fade out. So at this point, I think this is looking fine. Yeah, I think it's good. Let's see if we can't do just a little bit something else with our styling. And you know what? We'll tackle that in another video. But we'll wrap this one up for now, and then we'll come back and look at making some changes to our styling.